Hello, Old School Gamer 1971 here, greetings one and all, especially to you, Millie and Lloyd. Today, my third album thoughts is on Hollow Knight Void Heart Edition. I've been playing this game for around 3 hours, and this is what I think. Hollow Knight Void Heart Edition by Team Cherry. It's a 2D platformer, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2018. Does this be a sequel? It is not a sequel really, but it is a Metroidvania game. It is, however, one of the better ones, and I have been looking forward to this game since I first saw the trailer. A sequel is in development, announced for PC and Switch. I can imagine it will come to the PlayStation 4 at some point. So let's have a look at the developer's rap sheet. Team Cherry are an Australian developer. This is their only game and certainly shows promise as a developer. So I say fingers crossed on that sequel. I'm going to tell you a story. You play as Knight, who travels to Dirtmouth, a small town sitting atop of Hallow's Nest ruins. The people from Dirtmouth all went below. They are infected with some kind of madness. You taught them into returning to the surface to open shops and stuff. You must venture further into the underground and discover the source of this madness, and hopefully put a stop to it if possible. You meet many characters along the way. There is a backstory to find out later, and it is worth a play to find it out. So is the Hollow Knight Void Heart an in-depth 2D platformer? Or is it Hollow Knight Void Heart an ineffective 2D flopformer? So how good are these games' chat-up lines? Also known as the intro. You see chains to the floor, then a being in slumber wrapped in those chains. Then he awakens. We see Knight on the pathway to Dirtmouth. You see it in the distance as you look over a cliff. He jumps down and it's into the action. It is a simple intro, not much is given away, but certainly enough to give you interest. It's not a long intro, but it does its job, and after seeing the intro, I did want to play some more. Okay, is it a bit of a looker or a bit of a munter? For me, good graphics I enjoy come in two forms. Realistic as hell, Red Dead Redemption 2, Far Cry 5, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and kind of like this game that is an art style that is distinctive. It doesn't matter if it's simplistic with a few nice touches of its own. With a pretty much monochrome colour scheme with odd splashes of colour here and there to break it up, the enemies are made up of some creepy crawlers and bugs. A nice touch is the bosses. They're larger versions of the enemies, sometimes with the mishmash of attacks. I think the whole simple graphics thing is my arcade Amstrad days. Either way, in short, I'm happy with this game. I can see a lot of originality for the genre, in my experience anyway. So is it a head bopper, a toe tapper? So first off, I really like the piece of music used on the title screen and intro. Then the game starts. We have creepy ambient sound. When you have conversations, their speech is like a dark version of Charlie Brown. You know, when they'd be listening to adults. Wah 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 wah. It translates into words on screen, and I really like this. Now I know it was done to save money and time, but I do feel that it adds to the game's overall charm. The ambient sound does sound random as opposed to looped. This adds to the mood. Again, this is all good here. It's good when they get this so right. My time with Hollow Knight has been highly enjoyable, and I did lose some time. Played the game for over 4 hours without noticing. It did really feel like only 3. how does this bad boy play? As I stated before, this is a Metroidvania game and I love them. I like how when you die, you have one chance to head back to where you died if you want to recover your money, that is. During this time you have a penalty to your recharge, 75% of the normal, or you can lose it all or give a rotten egg and get it all back. I really like this mechanic as it adds to the overall atmosphere. I like how you get like runes and they add powers and abilities to your arsenal. You can also select up to 5 without penalty if you die. You can add one more which puts you into overdrive, but if you die it cracks, making it less effective. So choose your skills and abilities wisely and only risk what you are willing to lose. The movement is pretty quick and that animation is so fluid. It's nice to see a game with so many good mechanics. The fact that the mechanics show such depth means it's not a let's chuck everything against the wall and see if something sticks. So does the atmosphere hit you full force in the face? Again, it's really good here. At the beginning, the town of Dirtmouth is abandoned except for an old man. In time, with the more insects that you meet, the more the town comes to life. It affects the ambient sound. To me, that's an attention to detail. From the beginning, it was slowly drawing me in, and yet somehow the story is going nowhere fast. Knowing that you are going into the cavern, again the sound differs, making it sound enclosed. I have to admit that this shows what can be done. With a game like this where you die and then you're extra careful on the way back to reclaim your money, you have to fight a shadow version of yourself. At 3 hours in, I was only scratching the surface, realising that this was the most fun I'd had in a long time on a game of this genre. So does it warm your cockles after 3 hours? My cockles are boiling over right now. It's been a really good play and is definitely on next year's playlist. I always like a game with imagination. I know the game has a good story, I didn't want to ruin it here. Even a bit of history of what went on before the game. I was surprised by this game. I knew it would be good, but I didn't know it would have such depth. So if this kind of game interests you, get it. The developer has made a game that arguably ranks right up there with Metroid and Castlevania. So, Hollow Knight Void Heart is an in-depth 2D platformer. So that about wraps it up. I hope you all have a good day. If this has been helpful in any way, like, comment, share and subscribe, as it helps the channel grow and makes an old man happy. I post new videos every week. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Old School Gamer 1971 signing off.